Hello everybody, this is Spirelli and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So... where do we have to go? Right, just trying to think, this is the area that we need to come back in the evening. Don't know whether I have anything more to talk with her about. Let's look at my book. Pick up the dice from the dice maker, 8 hours. Investigate doom. Report back. But you're right, last episode we found out that there's no curse. Or maybe there is, and the dice maker is only spared because she's not technically part of the building. Oh, can I talk to her about the cockatoo? You're right that I'm a cockatoo.
Excuse me?
I went and read up on them, just like you said, and I even decided on what kind of cockatoo I am. Want to know?
I don't know. The most talkative one?
No, I'm the Major Majestic Cockatoo.
The what now?
The Major Majestic Cockatoo. It's the most impressive one.
You truly are one strange cop, aren't you?
Okay.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Can I talk to the kid some more?
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Yeah, I found a way into the doomed commercial area.
Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
Who's that? Pointed the woman browsing books.
Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed.
She's your aunt?
No, sir. She's a working woman who comes to look at the books a lot.
Why is she distressed?
I think she is a bad husband. Not very nice or helpful.
Oh. Can I talk to her about that? Is your husband missing?
My husband? No, he's not.
The little girl over there told me you have a bad husband.
Excuse me? A bad husband? What do you mean?
Not a nice and helpful sort.
Do policemen just go around repeating what some kid off the street said?
She isn't just some kid off the street. She seems very mature for her age.
Is she now?
She tries her hands on her apron underneath her coat. Her eyes narrow.
Annette's a sweet sprout, but she doesn't know anything about marriage. Why am I even talking about this?
So you don't have a bad husband?
No, I don't. I have a good husband. The kind and helpful sort. And he's not missing.
So where could it be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband is.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he isn't missing indeed.
Of course he's not. It's not like he's a pocket watch. I wouldn't just lose him.
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't? The woman before you nods.
Okay, that didn't go anywhere. But I had a helpful lead from this little kid. You don't understand. I'm policing. That's what I have to do. This episode, we want to get down the corpse. 5 more points and I'll level up, and then I just need to go there and check what I need to level up in. So that I can actually do that.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I talked to the entity you taught me about. Her name is Niha and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself. It does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Do I? Could lie and say it's a taxidermy shop. Who got involved in dark arts and taxidermy. Huh. She's not gonna listen to... yeah. Let's just try it. The size is the taxidermist shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the white spirit down upon his place.
Oh, how horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
Yes, I performed the ancient Seminese dispelling rites. This commercial area is doomed no more.
Of course. I trust my Seminese wards and charms kept you safe while you perform the ancient rites.
She looks at you with sudden admiration.
All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course. But still, thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, now we can go to the core, see what kind of check I need to do, level up in there, and that will unlock the check for us. Yes. Okay. Let's get there. Finally get the corpse down.
There he still is, looking right
Endurance.
through you with his white eyes. The body...
Endurance. Yeah, I'm not really good with that. But I have it now.
There he still is, looking right through you.
Oh, I pressed something. I didn't mean to.
About to blow.
Okay.
Cock's gonna blow, Kuno.
Sorry. Let go of my nose without throwing up.
You try to, very professionally, look at the corpse, but your stomach contracts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Cool. Spit and say nothing.
Are you okay, officer?
You feel the lieutenant pat you on the back. Heavy, rhythmic pats.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too.
Can't we do something else? I think I want to do something else now.
That's probably a good idea. Clear our head. But before we can do that,
He withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye.
you need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have...
Sorry, I clicked that too early. Half an hour. Oh, I need to pay him still. Beautiful wall. Interrogate the tribe about the smuggling. Oh yeah, that's also going on. Something she wants to tell you. I have to present it with Betch to hear it. Okay, yes. How about I just look at the map? What is he doing? Why is that a... white roll that I can do. Electric doorbell. Knick-knack stand. What's the knick-knack stand? Man from Randall. Mirror. Map wall. There's a lot of challenges where I don't quite know where to go. Let's go exchange our bottles for money and maybe pick up some magnesium. Close to winter, please use main entrance. And then probably talk to some more people. Then come back in half an hour and try again.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Okay. I need to buy something.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no.
She looks at the wall behind her and then just ahead.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Okay. Do you have like magnesium?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Do you have any ammonia for sale?
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Does Fred have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Regs?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
This is important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Can you tell me about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Do you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
Thank you for your help.
Uh-huh.
Where's that medicine cabinet? Is it this?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Okay, ammonia.
Okay. Don't, overdo it or something.
Health. This is morale, not health. Magnesium. Hypnogamma.
Okay, here. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Okay. Good. Yeah, that's what I came here for. What's the ammonia for? Is that a smelly thing? I wish I would have gotten it sooner. I could have tried to catch those 2 die last time. 2 dice. Was that enough time? If not, I'm just gonna go there and read something.
There he still is, looking right
Yes.
through you, with his white
I
eyes.
can do it and
the
have
body
ammonia.
below is entirely dedicated.
Ha ha ha! Again.
The corpse laughs at you, pus dripping from its mouth.
You will never be able to hold it in. It's always too much.
Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
I failed again.
The lieutenant is clearly at a loss.
What do I do now?
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do.
Maybe it's okay if you don't make it today. The dead man isn't going anywhere. And there's always other things to do.
No. I set up to do this. And I don't want to just like reload and try again until I do it. It's part of my story now that I failed a million times. It should be part of story. Let's see whether I have more ammonia. Because I could only get one while I was there. And if not, I have to go inside and ask the farmer.
A small
The gardener.
cabinet on the wall is filled with various...
No, they don't have more. What is this? This is the last cabinet.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The
I wanna buy a
raincoats are
raincoat.
transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
It gives me endurance.
Here you go.
The clerk removes the garment from the low shelf and hands it over. Endurance. Yes. Nice. Much better. So I should have had that and the ammonia together, but I'm going to go into and ask the pretend gardener whether she has any ammonia. And then maybe that will help. Because there's nothing else to do other than try and try again. But I have a raincoat now. I have money. Am I owing him money? I feel like I have too much money. Just buying things. Hello? I can't move. I can't do anything. Hello? So it looks like my last save point was a while back. And I'm just gonna use this opportunity to give it another go. Is that not a bottle? Oh, I can't pick these up. And get the ammonia and the coat at the same time.
The tear machine, your bottles climb.
Okay. Give me the coat.
You see
Here you go.
Thank you. And
a small, their logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste.
do you have any
We don't
ammonia?
stock yeah, there's like an ampule somewhere.
Want to buy it?
Okay. Don't lie. Okay.
And
Here.
the
Okay.
magnesium.
Here. I hope so.
Okay, this is. I mean, I did talk to her a bunch, but there was nothing coming out of that, so. I think it was just in there to have a teenager person talk to you dismissively. Okay, let's go back. And let's try again. And maybe totally still fail, but maybe we'll succeed. Put this on. There we go.
There he still is, looking right
42%
through
chance now.
with his white eyes. You crack open the ammonia ampoule and
Did
breathe
it?
in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run. and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspector tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Let the lieutenant work.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal caps and piles and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. Thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
the lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold air. On it, a color-perfect copy of the Dead Man's Tattoo chest. Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left.
What do we
Use
need?
it wisely.
Oh. What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
Wow, why are you giving it to me if you don't want to have it lost?
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? They are armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
Thanks, super useful to know.
It's all you, baby.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
He nods to Kuno. Understood.
The Sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
Lieutenant draws a line in a condensation on a ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real?
Not too much, yes.
Sounds punny. No wonder I can't pay my hostel bill.
It's a sorry situation, I agree.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run my finger over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Look! Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
No trauma. It's E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Pull it off.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
Lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with a boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Gonna pull his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Okay, got it.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Yes, back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind, for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
By they, do you mean the Hardy Boys?
Right now, everything seems to fit their confession.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb by using a kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Okay.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Interesting. Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
Okay, I'm gonna try and stop and relax my eyes to see whether I can pick up more.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue. As you narrow, this is it. Only the lower extremities up.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Okay.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
Cover my nose. Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe went to the toilet sometime before death.
Maybe.
He doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. I think he was up right after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging.
Yep. Seems like a lynching to me.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption. But we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Okay. He's beaten up, see the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Back off.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
I want to look him into the eye. So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Okay, go back.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Look him into the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
Ooh. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out west.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination.
Yeah, it's also one of the voices of my imagination.
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
I do. Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me questions.
Here you go, loony.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Oh, wonderful. Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney's not who I am. I'm Harry.
No, you're not a Harry either. You're a motherfucker. That's who you are. Rooney the motherfucker.
That doesn't sound right. I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You're now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Kobo.
I hate you. You stink and you're boring. It's not even a question.
Do I remind you of someone?
Oh God.
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
A deep sea creature.
No, not quite. Be fair now.
A baby affected with harlequinism.
You sure wrinkled out of that one, Coppolini.
Okay, enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
This is not what it says here. Ask me your little questions, freshen your memory, create associations, remind yourself of your mortality. Kapalapa. Something I need to know, Corpseman.
Of course.
Okay, no.
Come back later, Coppo.
Okay.
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible.
Okay.
Also, see me in your dreams.
Preliminary examination is done. Let's get him down from there.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
An acrobatic maneuver would solve this situation. Nothing can go wrong with a good maneuver.
We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
It seems unclimbable, cause the ladder is treacherously rotten. But you could use your hands and feet to reach around the tree, then hang from the branch.
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
We could bring your motor carriage over, cut the belt from the roof.
I have thought of that, yes. But the tire tracks would compromise the scene. Any prints would become illegible. That's if we get it through the hole in the fence. Also, my MC has a sloped roof. It's a sports model. The roof is slippery. An all-around bad platform to stand on.
How about I take your piggyback?
How about I take you, piggyback?
After a moment's silence, he raises an eyebrow.
The fuck are these pigs talking about?
Oh, their bank or something. Oh, it's fucking boring, Kuno. Wish they'd fuck already.
Lieutenant, are you sure you could carry my weight, though?
I wasn't actually implying I would. I meant it's a bad idea.
It's a fucking hilarious idea. You two puscapars get on top of each other and fuck.
In silence, the lieutenant gives you a meaningful glance, as if to say, case in point.
Maybe we could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim.
There, the buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it, partner.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Oh, I should have done it.
Fucking idiot! Mookaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
Looks around at the windows overlooking the yard.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the pistolet.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
The piece shines in his outstretched hand.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Take the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, a P9 Armistice, before. At some point it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Close your left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Shut up.
Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Okay, let's just give it a try. Pull the trigger. There we go.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been policed.
Ace is high.
Ah, the lieutenant raises his right hand, waiting for you to slap it.
The ace is high, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves. You could add an ace's low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
Slap it.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were
What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
He needs to turn away from the corpse.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
Alright, give him back his gun.
I would suggest we interview Everhart and Joyce, the leader of the Union and the Wild Pines rep. But we've already done that, so it's up to you, detective. Take us where we need to be.
Okay. Have a new one. Aces high. Insulian Civil War was not the first war to see the use of aerostatic aircraft in Bosade, but it was the longest. For 8 years, folded multi-rotor aircraft crisscrossed the air above Revachol, Ozone, Face de la Mer, and the Arcade Island. They made sweeps over sandy beaches and shot each other out of the blue sky, then sank as wrecks to the bottom of the sea. The sigh was custom on the revolutionary side, performed by scratcher maids after the landing. Lieutenant Kitsuraki likes it. Why is that? Internalize. Yeah, that's something I want to learn. I can unlock another one. And I can level up. Practice out of persuasion. I think I like that. Reconstruct crime scenes. This is probably most helpful right now that we're doing the autopsy next, but that's gonna be part for the next video. In this one we finally got the corpse down and we high-fived Kim, so things are going how we want them to. Kinda. I look so weird with the glasses on, I just noticed. Look at my eyes. Look at them. Look at them. Wow. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with more.